It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Welcome back. We're on to our second spice mix, and this one's going to be a Cajun. And I've started with a tablespoon of thyme in my mortar and pestle already, and I've broken up the thyme. The thyme is the roughest of these herbs and spices we're going to use. And you don't want that almost gritty piece of thyme when you're chewing on your food. So I went ahead and ground that up. And to that, we've got 2.5 teaspoons of paprika. This is just regular paprika, not hot. 2 tablespoons of salt. 1 tablespoon of black pepper. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. I'm sorry, that was 2 tablespoons of garlic. This is the 1 tablespoon of onion powder. 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. And then 1/2 to 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper. Now my husband doesn't like things very spicy, so I'm going to go easy on this with 1/2 of a tablespoon. We're just going to go ahead and mix that all up. Beautiful. Okay, let me just clean up here and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And again, we're going to spoon this into a little jar. Now, there are several things you can do with this. Obviously, you can make some jambalaya or gumbo. For example, if you wanted to make jambalaya, you're going to saute up some celery, onions, and bell peppers, and that's called your Holy Trinity. And sometimes people add garlic to it, but there's already garlic in this, so we don't really need to add that. My favorite thing to do with this is actually to make a Cajun meatloaf. So I use this with my ground beef and ground pork. I have some sauteed onions in there, a little bit of Worcestershire, a little bit of panko breadcrumbs, 1 egg, and several tablespoons of this, and it makes a delicious, juicy Cajun meatloaf. The next gift basket I'm going to make is for my son. He is not a beginning cook. He's quite a good cook, quite accomplished. So I'm just going to make him a basket with ingredients to give him ideas. So I started out with a little wicker basket. I've got a bottle of Marsala and a bottle of sherry. I'm going to give him a cute little towel. And then just some ingredients to give them ideas. I've got some peppadews. Those are sweet and slightly spicy. Jarred garlic. It's a great shortcut when you're pressed for time. I've got some pesto for him as well. A chili sesame oil, because he does like to do stir fries. I've got some capers. And some Thai chili paste. And then I'm going to give him the jar of the Cajun seasoning and a jar of the Italian seasoning. And that just gives him a start to some Asian meals, Italian meals, whatever it is he wants to make. Be back in a moment. The next thing I'm going to make is a hot cocoa mix. And we did say the theme was spice up the holidays, so we're going to spice this up. So I've got 3 cups of powdered dry milk, 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon of powdered vanilla. You can't find this in most grocery stores. I do order it online. A teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon, sorry, brain freeze there, a 1/2 teaspoon of ancho chili powder. So this is going to give it sort of a Mexican hot chocolate vibe, the cinnamon and the ancho chili. And we're just going to sift that all together. We want to make sure we don't have any lumps in there. So I have it all sifted. You can see there are a few little lumps left at the bottom. You can toss those, or you can try and press them through with your whisk or the back of a spatula. But we want to make sure we do not have lumpy cocoa. Okay, and I'm just going to whisk that up with the powdered milk until this is all incorporated. And then to that I'm going to add a pinch of salt. A little bit of salt actually makes everything a little sweeter. Okay. Ooh, it smells really good. I can smell the cinnamon and the chili. And I found this cute jar in the discount section of my favorite box store. So this is what I'm going to put it in, and then I will attach instructions with a little label telling how much of this to spoon in. Now, since it's made with powdered milk, you can use just hot water. My family and I tend to still heat up some milk to do this because we like it extra creamy. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this and I'll be right back. So I got most of the mix into my jar. There's a little bit left, which means I get a treat later on. Maybe I'll save it for when my husband gets home. And so now I'm going to assemble this gift box. So I got a cute little box. And I found the most adorable cocoa mugs with a lid to keep it warm. So I got 4 of those for her. Herself, her husband, her son, and her mom. And then we've got our cocoa mix, the star of the show. And then I'm going to put in a tin of cookies I made. Little gingerbread house, match the cups a little bit. And I wanted to include marshmallows, but I didn't want to put them in a baggie and have them dry out and look tacky. So I did find the most adorable marshmallow peeps. And I'm going to use those. And then, the final touch, a box of candy canes. I'm going to put a few of these in there. And we'll just put them across the front here. And there we have our hot cocoa basket. Now this doesn't close, but I will put this into one of those big plastic gift bags so it actually stands up like this, and that makes a better presentation. So there you have it, 3 ways to spice up your holiday gift giving. On the left we have our Mexican hot chocolate box. In the center we have our chef's sample box with just ingredients to bring new ideas to the chef. And on the right we have our Italian pasta night box. All of these have 1 or 2 homemade ingredients in them. The rest is store-bought. It's more about the presentation and that little bit of love you put into making something in the basket from scratch. Hope you like these ideas and have a happy holiday.